The wet and cold autumn and winter time is there and brings also viruses and coughs with it. And today I show you a simple homemade medicine which works really effective against all this stuff that we don't want to have during the winter times. Welcome back, my name is Vanessa from Wild Woman Bushcraft. What we make today is a so-called fire cider, and maybe you can get some of the items that you need out of your garden. When not, it is no problem, you can buy everything in the next supermarket. So I want to show you now what is inside of the fire cider and why we need this urgent, and then I show you how it helps, why it helps, and show you step by step how you can make it by yourself. So if you are interested, stay tuned. Okay, what you need is a jar that can be closed. It could also be a glass jar with someone that you bought from the supermarket. It is important that it is empty, that it is cleaned, and then that you boil it with hot water, that all the bacteria are killed. So then you need vinegar. This here is apple vinegar because it is a little bit sweeter. Then we have here turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, onion, lemon, orange, chili and horseradish. And the last but not the least, it was rolling under the table, is garlic. Let's start with the garlic. Why we need garlic? It is not only tasty, but I know some people hate it, but it is very helpful because it enhances the blood flow and the circulation in the whole body. There is inside allicin, and this is the key of the immune stimulating nutrients. And it is better if you eat it uncooked, because like all the other vegetables, it is better when you eat it like it is, because then there are all the vitamins and other positive elements still included. When you cook them, they are mostly getting away. The onion is similar to garlic. It helps also the immune system and helps to increase circulation, and maybe you know that it helps also by allergic symptoms. When a bee hits you with the needle, you could cut in two halves and then just put it at the skin where the where the needle was, and then it helps with the pain, and it also helps that the skin is not so swollen anymore. And it is always good if you can sweat an infection out, and onion helps you with that. Also included are the vitamins A and C, which help your immune system also a lot. But when you cut it, be really careful, because you have it at your hands everywhere. And when you put the hair out your face or scratch somewhere, it really burns over hours. So if you want to not harm your body, you could wear gloves or just wash your hands after cutting them. Citrus also have included a lot of vitamin C, and this helps also the immune system, so we use citrus too. The next thing is turmeric. I've got a fresh one. But if you can buy a fresh one, you can also use the turmeric powder. But of course, fresh is better. So you can buy it in different variants. Maybe some of this which looks like fingers, or some of this which looks like hand. And you can also let it grow in your garden or at your window if you have not a garden. Just put one of those fingers in the earth and look that it is always a little bit wet, and then it starts growing. It is a very beautiful plant, but if you have cold temperatures over the winter months, put it inside of your house, and you have also always fresh turmeric. So turmeric is a great plant. So of course this grows under the earth, because it has a lot of extra antioxidants and are inflammation fighting. And this is a very good thing when you are ill. And you can also eat it every time, so not only when you are ill. Then we have ginger. It reduces inflammation and it is used to ease nausea and stomach aches. I have horseradish now for several years in my self-sufficiency garden because it is a really great plant, but it is also wild growing. So I cannot talk only about Germany, but here we have it growing at the side of the streets or at meadows. Just check out how the plant looks and then have open eyes when you take a walk. So if you eat horseradish, then you can feel how your blood is running much faster, how you've got liquid in your mouth, that the body sweats and you are getting hotter. And when you have a fresh one, this is also much better than some out of the glass, because this is much... So in German we tell it sharp, that something is sharp. So chilies are also sharp, but I'm not sure if the word means the same thing in English. So it gets your body really hot, and this is something that we want to have when we are ill. So this is the part which is growing under the earth. And it looks similar to this, but not so close together. And it grows over several years. So one part of the plant always dies under the earth and one grows again. And if you have someone that you know or a friend which have horseradish in the garden, ask him for just a piece of this part, put it in the earth and it will grow again. So as you hear before, it increases your blood flow, also heat up the body temperature, help with the crud, that it is moving well, and it is also antibacterial. So everything what is very hot, so like chili or onion, is also antibacterial. Cinnamon is anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. Some people eat it also when they have a bad stomach, because in the German Christmas sweets it's called Lebkuchen, is also cinnamon included, and they told me that they eat it when they have a bad stomach, then it is getting better. But cinnamon also helps against cough. You can buy it in the most supermarkets in the baking part. So, whoops, I used one, something like a branch of the cinnamon, but you can also use the powder, but better is this. And it is very important that you don't use too much cinnamon, because this is, then it could be toxic, so only use a little bit. Now there are only 2 urchandents left. One of them is orange, and orange included, also like citrus, a lot of vitamin C. Apple cider vinegar tastes a little bit sweeter than the other vinegar, so you can drink our wine later better. And it have included a lot of antioxidants, which helps your stomach system. So I drink several times in a week one small part of vinegar, sometimes balsamico vinegar, because this kills all the bacteria in the mouth and in the stomach system. Every urchandent needs the right size after cutting. So I cut now, and we see us when I have done it. And then I show you what kind of pieces do you need from each urchandent. So we see us. What you need is a cutting board, a vegetable knife. This here is for the garlic to press it. This is also a meat hammer, but I use it for the vegetables, that they get very smashed and all the urchandents can come outside. So, and This pot is for all the stuff that I don't need, the skin of the onions and so. And this here is to make it in small pieces. I cut the orange and the citrus now into such pieces, and it doesn't matter which kind of urchin you put it first in the jam, but I want to have a nice look, so I check out that those pieces are now there at the side and the onion here in the middle, but it doesn't matter in which combination you put the urchin inside. If you want, you can also put some honey over the onions, but I wouldn't do that. If you do it, it tastes a little bit sweeter. It helps also against cough, but you don't need to do that. Als nächstes schneiden wir den Knoblauch. Next we cut the garlic. So we will not eat the fire cinder, we want to drink the liquid. And because of this we can let the cover here be at the plants, but you can also remove it. So just check that they are washed and clean, and then you can use it with the cover. So I just smashed the horse garlic, but it is so sharp that it brings me to cry. But this is a really good sign, because when it is sharp, it burns also away all the bacteria and it will make your body very hot. So I am still crying, so I can continue with the next urchin dance. And these are the chilies. So they are very hot. If you want, you can wear gloves while cutting them. So these are my last pieces. And these are so fingers, so I've break them away that I have pieces where I can cut with this tool into small parts. So curcuma changed everything with the color, so it has this orange color. And my fingers are now yellow, and also the cutting board is also yellow. So check out that it is something where used where it doesn't matter if the color is changed. So I'm not wondering, my oldest one is filming today and the stativ is a little bit too big for him. So I press it always together that the orange and the citrus parts stand there at the glass and don't fall away. So this piece, or all these pieces, are, let me show you, a little bit hairy. So there is a structure inside which makes it impossible to scratch it there with the small holes. So I used the bigger holes, and then there are sometimes such parts hanging away, so you have to use them like they are. And the last one, the last piece, is of course also bigger, and this can you also put like it is through the other stuff. It is important that you fill the glass up, not till the top. So leave a space behind the closer and the stuff which is inside. And then we fill up with the vinegar and just shake a little bit that the air is going outside. And it is important that everything is covered with vinegar. So the chilies are swimming on top. And this is something that we don't want, because when something of the urchindense came to the air, it could happen that they will rotten. So I've put now the citrus and the orange cuts on the top, because they build now something which hold everything under the vinegar. And now I just put now the cinnamon branches also inside. So I do this here at the end of the bottle that they are visible. Okay, and that's it. So now you know how you can make a fire cinder by yourself. But it is important now that the mixture stands now for 4 till 6 weeks at a dark place. It is not important that it is very cool. You had not to put it in the freezer. Of course, it is good if it is a cool room, but it is also okay with a normal room temperature. It should be dark, and it is important that you shake it once a day. So make yourself a reminder. For example, when I cook my dinner, I had to shake it, or before I make my coffee in the morning, I had to shake it, because otherwise it could be that it starts to rotten because something is in the air and not under the cinder, under the vinegar. So shake it once a day. And after 4 till 6 weeks, you can remove all the hard parts. So put it in another pot, and then when you feel unwell, your nose is closed, or you start to get bone hurting, or you are ill, you can drink 1 till 2 soup spoons a day. And of course you can also do it to protect your body, with that you don't get even ill, and then you can use it like you want, but not often, not more often than once a day, and always make a break between, because we don't want that you damage your stomach system. So don't use it too often because this is also not good. You had to find the right balance. At last, but not at least, I had to tell you that I cannot give you some medicine tips. This is only a recipe which is over hundreds of years old now. So people use this urgent dance for a very long time because they know that it helps against different symptoms. But of course, if you feel ill, it is better to go to a doctor. So I had to say this, that I am at the safe side. But this liquid will really help you against all the different illness that you can get over the cold and wet months, and just make your immune system stronger. If you are pregnant or if you are a person that cannot eat everything or have soft stomach, so then you shouldn't use it, because nobody knows how your body will react about this, but a normal person could try this without any matters. So I'm out for today, and now I'm very interested if you tried ever fire vinegar cider before and can tell something about the immune system boosting working. If yes, please write it in the comments. And I'm also a fan from learn from each other. So if you want, write your best tip in the comments. What do you do against illness in this cold and wet weather season? What do you do to stay healthy? Please write it in the comments. That will help a lot of people. So if you liked my video, feel free to thumbs up and comment. And like every time, if you want to see more of my videos, click at the subscribe button and press the bell to don't miss any video in the future. Because when you press the bell, you will get a notification when I load up a new video. So I'm out. Hope you have a great time and stay healthy. Bye bye.